Special grades have the power to destroy a whole country. Good to know. So JJK Chapter 203, guys. It's pretty short and sweet, but we get a little flashback with Choso, right? And he's gonna die. That's Yuki Tsukumo just reiterating, like, look, I was thinking maybe I go first and you finish him off, but Choso's like, no, let me go first. Let me see if I can get a domain expansion out of him, and then from there, you can come in and finish it off. Now, it's a good plan, right? But as we find out later in the chapter, we learn that one, he's just going to keep messing around with Choso with minor cursed spirits using Geto's ability and not his own, right? And he can do that because Geto's ability is so useful. Like he said, a special grade has the power to destroy a whole country, and Geto would store up thousands of cursed spirits. So, yeah, it's pretty interesting when you think about it. So I'm even more curious to see Yuki Tsukumo's power, because Kenjaku mentioned, like, look, I'm not using my curse techniques on you. I'm saving everything for Yuki, right? And while we keep this in mind, it's a crazy fight. The panels are looking great. We got Choso starting out with Blood Piercer, kind of changes the trajectory and tries to slice Kenjaku. There's a lot of back and forth. We see the use of Supernova. We get a little bit of hand-to-hand combat. And Choso's doing this for his brothers, right? So he goes on talk about, why are you doing this to Yuji? Why is he, in a sense special to you? And we get a little confirmation that Kenjaku, he really doesn't care about Yuji. Yuji is just, he's something that's just a part of this whole process. And he mentions, as long as Yuji continues to coexist with Sukuna, the cycle of curses will never end. So Yuji is like a vessel to where if curses can continue living or may be obsolete, Sukuna can continue that, right? Because as we know, Kenjaku is bringing on this Heian era, and he just wants to see everything burn, in a sense, at least as far as we know, right? He wants to take over Tengen, and then from there create this giant cursed spirit, cursed energy formation, and he's curious as to what it's going to look like and what it's going to be, right? Because when he takes over Tengen's consciousness and let that bleed over the entirety of Japan, it's going to be chaos. So he's just, like we've known Yuji to be, a cog in the machine, in a sense. So Choso claps back and he's like, as long as you exist, Noritoshi, like, things will never change. And he kind of gets dogpiled on, beats up. He's getting hit left and right by cursed spirits. And, Tengen was like, Tsukumi Yuko? And then she's like, no, not yet. So they're sitting somewhere watching. And Yuki can sense that Choso's got a little bit left in him. And he knows that he's going to die anyway. But here's his last hoorah, right? And he's like, I can't land a single hit on him, but I cannot let you say my little brothers aren't fascinating, right? And then he says, so, death-painting brothers, please lend me your strength. And he gets up out of pure will. Yeah, and that's the chapter. And again, great chapter, but I love Choso, but I'm just so curious of Yuki Tsukumo's power. I know she's got like that flying cursed spirit, but again, special grades can have the power to destroy a country. What is her power? I am so curious, man. So yeah, guys, let me know what you think her power may be, and let me think what you think is going to happen, if he'll even be able to land a blow or at least get a domain expansion. Let me know. Yeah, but that's it. Thanks.